Hello everyone, we'll take a few in English and then Serbian, everything in the room. English questions, anybody?
Throughout the game you face a lot of adversity and yet you maintain an amazing composure. What do you tell yourself in those moments and what would you like to tell to your fans out there?
Well, first I want to congratulate Sinner for playing a great match, a great tournament so far. He's deservedly in the finals. He outplayed me completely today. Look, I was in a way shocked with my level, you know, in a bad way. I mean, not much I was doing right in the first two sets, and yeah, I guess this is one of the worst Grand Slam matches I've ever played, at least that I remember. So yeah, you know, not a very pleasant feeling playing this way, but at the same time, you know, credit to him for doing everything better than me, you know, in every aspect of the game. I tried, I fought, I managed to kind of raise the level a little bit in the third, saved match point, played a good tie break. But again, you know, the fourth set, very bad game to lose, you know, 40 love up on 1-2 and kind of against the wind a little bit. And yeah, just overall, the performance-wise, the level of my tennis was you know, really not great. So yeah, I guess in those moments you just try to, you know, find the serenity, but at the same time, you know, try to uplift your, you know, yourself and your game. That's what I tried. But you know, and the crowd was great. I think they were really fair towards both players. Lots of supports for both Jannik and I. And that's all. You know, congratulations to him.
Matt.
Hi, Novak. Did it take you completely by surprise that your level was off? Was there anything in the warm-up, anything in the days leading up to it, or is it just one of those things where some days you come out standing?
Well, to be honest, the whole tournament, you know, I haven't played really close to my best. I mean, some matches maybe against Manarino was great, but you know, most of the matches I was, yeah, not playing up to par, so to say, the way I play here in Australia normally. So in a way, it did surprise me because I thought, you know, it won't be that bad in the first two sets. But on the other hand, I didn't feel really myself on the court during this tournament. So yeah, one can say semifinals is a great result, of course, but I always expect, you know, the highest of myself, and it wasn't meant to be today.
I think this is the first completed match of your Grand Slam career where you haven't had a break point to try and convert. How were you aware of that on the court? How unique an experience was that for you as someone who has been one of the best returners the game's seen?
Yeah, I mean, that stat says a lot. I mean, the way, first of all, he was serving very, very accurately, precise, and he was backing his serve very well. Yeah, myself, it's hard to describe, you know, everything. I mean, we don't have that much time. I mean, there's a lot of negative things that I've done on the court today in terms of my game, so that I'm not really pleased with, in return or, you know, movement or forehand, you know, backhand, everything, you know, was just subpar. So yeah, yeah, he was very dominant. Dominant on his service games, and obviously, if you serve well and if you don't face a break point, you know, it plays with the mind of your opponent, meaning you can put more pressure on his service games, my service games in this case, and you kind of swing freely. And yeah, I mean, congrats. I mean, to him, he just played a flawless match.
Hey, Novak, I would like to put you in some months. The next Grand Slam is Roland Garros. Who do you think is the favorite in Paris?
it's really far away. Let's see how the players play in the next several months, particularly in the clay season. It's completely different surface conditions. Some players, are probably more favorites than others on clay, just because it's kind of a surface that suits certain type of tennis players. But of course, if Nadal is playing, he's always a favorite there, number one, no doubt, regardless of the fact that he hasn't played much. But he's who he is in Roland Garros, and then of course Alcaraz, Sinner, anybody that is on the top, I think rankings wise, you can take the first 5-10 players in the world, and everyone is a favorite to win. It still takes several months, so let's see how everything evolves.
Novak, it's been so long since you've lost here, more than 30 matches in a row you'd won. I'm just wondering if losing makes you at all appreciate more just how incredible this streak you had in this city has been.
Well, I'm kind of hot-headed right now. After the match, it's very difficult to reflect on things in a more profound way. So maybe tomorrow, maybe in a few days' time, but I definitely have a lot to be very proud of and about in terms of what I have achieved here. And streak was going to end, one day. It was going to happen, and at least I gave everything I possibly can under circumstances where I didn't play well, and I lost to a player that has a very good chance to win his first slam. So that's all it is. But this has been a very special city, best by far Grand Slam of my career, and I just hope that I'll get a chance to come back, to play at least another time and go through the emotions once more.
Two more in English, Mark.
Novak, that's the third time Jannik's beaten you since November, and you were unbeaten against him before that. Can you tell us what you've noticed has changed in Jannik's game to take him to the next level?
He was always smacking the ball really hard from both forehand and backhand corner. Just he's famous kind of for that, just slaps the ball, plays very quick, loves to be aggressive. I think his serve improved a lot. He's hitting his corners very well, and I think he upped his speed as well. He's serving bigger now and more precise. Movement overall, and mental part. He was always very calm, very composed in the court, and I think he struggled maybe to win the big matches, in the big moments. But now it's coming together for him. Of course, Darren Cahill, who is a very experienced coach and someone that has worked with former number ones in the world, is obviously having him in his corner is very helpful, from the mental side of things, of course, along with everything else. So. Yeah, he's got a great team. He's on a very good path, and he's going to have a chance a couple of days to win his first slam.
Last one in English.
Novak, you mentioned the entire 2 weeks you felt like you haven't been at your best. You're 36 years old now. Does it feel like you're finally starting to play at your own age after such an insane period, and this younger generation are at your level, or it's just an off tournament?
Let's see. We don't know. I still have high hopes, for other slams and Olympics and whatever tournaments that I'll play. It's just the beginning of the season. It's not the feeling that I'm used to. I mean, it kind of has been incredibly satisfying for me, to start off most of my seasons with a Grand Slam win and never lost in semis or finals of Australian Open. So this time it's a bit different, but it is what it is, and let's see. I don't know. This tournament hasn't been, as I said, up to my standard or criteria or the level that I would normally play or expect myself to play, but doesn't necessarily mean that it's beginning of the end, as some people like to call it. But let's see what happens in the rest of the season.